You do not win a night war in the air. For decades, this is the rule everyone accepts. Darkness protects the attacker. At night, bombers vanish into blackness, swallowed by cloud and shadow. Pilots rely on moonlight, luck, and instinct. Interception is blind. Coordination is chaos. An anti-aircraft fire sprays the sky with more hope than precision. The Imperial Japanese Army Air Force believes this rule with absolute certainty. Night bombing, they are told, is the answer to American industrial power. Fly high. Fly dark. Strike the airfields, the ports, the supply depots. And vanish before dawn. Japanese planners study Europe. They watch early British radar struggle. They see confusion. Missed intercepts. Bombers slipping through. The conclusion is simple and comforting. Radar cannot fight at night. American commanders early in the war are not so sure either. Their fighters struggle to find enemies in darkness. Pilots miss contacts by miles. Engines drone through empty skies while bombers strike unseen targets below. This is the unbreakable truth of air warfare. Until 1943. Until the night stops protecting the attacker. Until Japanese bomber crews begin disappearing without seeing a single enemy aircraft. You are Major Thomas McGuire, 23 years old, lean, intense, and flying the sharpest edge of a new kind of war. You did not grow up dreaming of night combat. You learned to fly in daylight, chasing horizons and clouds. But now in the Pacific, daylight belongs to the enemy's fighters and flak. Night is where the future is being decided. McGuire flies with the U.S. Army Air Force's growing night fighter units, operating from newly captured island airstrips in the Southwest Pacific. These airfields are primitive, crushed coral runways, fuel drums stacked in the mud, tents glowing faintly under blackout discipline. The enemy comes after sunset. Japanese G-4M Betty bombers and Ki-67 Peggy bombers fly long-range night raids against American bases. They carry bombs under bellies never meant to be seen. Their crews trust altitude, darkness, and speed. What makes McGuire different is not just his skill at the controls, it's what's bolted into his aircraft. In the nose of his modified P-61 Black Widow, radar pulses silently outward. Not ground radar. Not vague warnings over the radio. This radar is on board. It paints invisible pictures in green arcs and flickering blips. Beside McGuire sits a radar operator, hunched over a scope glowing faintly like a ghost light in the cockpit. He watches the unseen world. The broader war hangs on this experiment. American logistics stretch across thousands of miles of ocean. Night raids threaten fuel dumps, aircraft on the ground, and fragile supply lines. If Japan controls the night sky, daylight victories mean nothing. And now McGuire is ordered up into darkness. The challenge is simple to describe, and nearly impossible to execute. Find a single aircraft in a sky with no landmarks, close the distance without being seen, and kill it before it escapes into blackness. The engines start at 1942 hours. You feel the vibration through the seat as twin Pratt & Whitney radials come alive. The propellers chew the humid night air. The runway lights are blacked out. You roll by memory and faith. Wheels up. At 5,000 feet, the world disappears. No horizon. No moon. Just darkness pressing against the canopy like a physical weight. Then the voice crackles in your headset. Ground control to Widow 2. Bogey inbound. Range 30 miles. Bearing 085. 30 miles. The radar operator leans forward. The scope hums. A faint blip appears, then steadies. Contact. You turn left, banking gently. You cannot see the enemy. You cannot hear him. But the radar paints his existence in electrons and echoes. 20 miles. The Japanese bomber crew believes they are alone. Their engines drone steadily. No searchlights. No tracers. Just black ocean below. 10 miles. Your radar operator speaks in clipped tones. Target steady. Slight altitude advantage. Recommend climb. You pull back. The Black Widow climbs, slow and deliberate. You keep throttle low. Noise discipline matters. Sound carries at night. 5 miles. This is where early night fighters used to fail. Targets vanished. Pilots overshot. Confusion ruled. But now the scope grows brighter. 3 miles. You reduce speed. You angle slightly off the bomber's tail. Japanese gunners watch the darkness behind them, but there is nothing to see. 2 miles. Your heartbeat pounds in your ears. Sweat beads under your helmet. The cockpit smells of oil and ozone. 1 mile. The radar operator whispers. Visual range in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You scan the darkness. Then, there. A shadow. Just darker than the sky itself. A faint silhouette of wings and tail. You close to 800 yards. 700 yards. The bomber does not maneuver. The crew has no warning. No alarms. No radar of their own. 500 yards. You arm the guns. 4 20mm cannons. Ammunition counters ticking down in your mind. 300 yards. You squeeze the trigger. The night explodes. Cannons hammer. The recoil shakes the aircraft. Tracers burn red and white, stitching across the bomber's fuselage. Metal tears. Fuel ignites. The Japanese bomber erupts into flame, a sudden, horrifying sun in the darkness. You break away hard, banking right as debris tumbles past. Behind you, the fireball falls, spiraling toward the sea. 1 kill. But the night is not over. Ground control calls again. Multiple contacts. New bogey. Bearing 120. Altitude 8,000. Another bomber. Another crew that believes the rule still holds. You turn. This time, the bomber detects something. Maybe a shadow, maybe instinct. It dives suddenly, engine screaming. Radar blips scatter across the scope. Failure looms. The radar operator snaps commands. Lost primary, reacquiring, stand by. Second stretch. Then contact regained. You push the throttle forward. The Black Widow surges. Airspeed climbs past 300 miles per hour. 1,500 yards. 1,200 yards. The bomber weaves now, dropping chaff, thin strips of foil fluttering uselessly in the air. But the radar cuts through the noise. 900 yards. 600 yards. You fire again. The left engine of the bomber detonates. The aircraft snaps into a roll. Flames lick across the wing root. Parachutes appear, small white blossoms against the night. By dawn, the tally is clear. 3 bombers destroyed. 0 bombs dropped on target. And this is happening across the Pacific. Night after night. Raid after raid. Japanese bomber crews begin to vanish. No gunfire heard. No intercept seen. Just aircraft that never return. What Japanese commanders do not know is that the night has been mapped. Allied radar networks now link ground stations, airborne intercept radar and radio control into a single killing system. Fighters no longer hunt alone. They are guided, vectored, and corrected in real time. Japanese night bombing losses spiked dramatically in 1944. Some units lose over 40% of their aircraft within months. Crews begin refusing night missions. Training collapses. Veteran pilots die faster than replacements can be trained. The Imperial Japanese Army Air Force issues new orders. Fly higher, fly faster, fly dispersed. None of it works. Radar does not care about altitude. Darkness no longer hides movement. The rule has been shattered. American bases survive. Supply lines stabilize. Airfields grow stronger. And by the time daylight bombing campaigns expand, Japan's bomber force is already broken, destroyed not in great battles but in silence. Major Thomas Maguire survives the war, but many of the men he flies with do not. Radar operators, ground controllers, mechanics working by red-filtered flashlights. Young men in their early 20s who fight an invisible war in darkness. To this day, night fighter combat remains one of the least understood chapters of World War II. No dramatic dogfights in sunlight. No camera footage. Just names and logbooks. And empty bunks in tents at dawn. But the legacy is everywhere. Modern air combat, AWACS, beyond visual range missiles, networked battlefields, all begin here in the silent green glow of early radar screens. If this story moved you, please hit that like button. Every click tells the algorithm this piece of history is worth remembering. We're dedicated to rescuing these forgotten stories from the archives. If you want to join us on this mission, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Where are you watching from? Drop a comment with your city or state and tell us if someone in your family served. Thank you for ensuring that Major Thomas Maguire and the men of America's night fighter squadrons do not disappear into silence. They deserve to be remembered. If you find this kind of forgotten military history as fascinating as we do, we'd be honored if you'd hit that subscribe button. We believe these stories of courage, sacrifice, and quiet genius deserve to be told. And by subscribing, you help ensure they aren't forgotten.